And welcome to JTV Sports Update. I am Paul on the ball. The Bvifa Football Association had its general elections at their headquarters adjacent to the Botanical Gardens in Rowtown on Wednesday. The meeting was opened by a video which showed what the association had achieved in the past year, and then the president, Mr. Andy Bickerton, invited one of the overseas observers, Mr. Colin Derrick, the newly elected president of the CFU, the Caribbean Football Union, who was brought in from Antigua, to say a few words.
If you change the way you're doing things, if you want a better result, think outside the box. Think global, don't think local. We're now in a world where, regardless of the size of your nation, when you get in the field of play, it's 11v11. So it's either 17,000 or combined islands about what? You have a population of about 40,000? Combined? 28? An island of 28,000, you could be playing the USA of America. Antigua just did. So Antigua and BVI same thing, plus or minus a couple thousand, as opposed to plus or minus a couple billion. So it can be done. It's just that you have to have the confidence, you have to put things in place for it to happen.
A motion was then moved for a new team, the Haitian Stars, to be added to the association. Due to some of the members showing concern with the request, Mr. Ricky Davis explained the legality of the motion.
It's a situation that's similar to notice of a meeting. If you send out notice of a meeting, you're required to send out certain notice of a meeting. However, if at the point in time when the meeting is being held, you have a certain amount of persons present, there's a section in the statute that considers that the notice is waived because you have, say, 90% of the persons present. And so, because you have that present, you can go forward. Similarly, in the vein that Mr. Hughes has expressed, we have most, if not all, of the members present at the moment, and therefore such a motion can be entertained and can be passed.
The motion was carried by 7 votes to 3, and the new club, Haitian Stars, made it 11 clubs eligible to vote in the elections. The association was next dismantled and the proceedings were taken over by the secretary of the CFU, Mr. Damien Hughes, out of Anguilla, who first took the opportunity to welcome back the newly elected president for 2012-2016, Mr. Andy Bickerton, who was re-elected unopposed by a public verbal acclamation.
Nominated for the position of president, just by voice vote. He's been nominated. There's been no other nominations. All those in favor of Andy Bickerton as president, say aye. Aye. All those against? The ayes have it. By acclamation. Thank you very much for your support, everybody.
All other positions were voted in except for Mr. Avenel Clarkey Morton, who was re-elected unopposed as Assistant Secretary for Administration. The new elected members were Mr. Aubrey Liebert, First Vice President, who got 7 of 11 votes, Miss Shireen Flax Charles, Second Vice President, with 7 of 11 votes, Mr. Andy Davis, Treasurer, with 8 of 11 votes, Humphrey Liu, Assistant Secretary of Operations, with 7 of 11 votes, and finally Mr. Vugar Brown, who was voted in as an executive member with a possible 7 of 11 votes. Secretary of the CFU, Mr. Damien Hughes, then sanctioned the new executive.
In my capacity as Supervisor of Elections, I'm hereby certifying and installing officially for the period 2012 to 2016 all of you as the duly elected Executive Committee of the British Virgin Islands Football Association. Congratulations.
In his congratulatory speech, President of the CFU, Mr. Colin Derrick, spoke of the cancer of poorly run clubs and warned the club members that the onus is on them to run their clubs democratically.
But let us strive to strengthen the club. The strength of the club determines the strength of the association. The strength of the club determines the strength of the association. So those of you who may have issues, now is your time to go back out. restructure your club, make sure you have your constitution in place, your financial statements in place, all the necessary things that are important to a club, so that it filters up to the executive board. Once again, thank you again for a wonderful held election and meeting so far, and I'm really proud of the BVI Association, and I can see that good things and better things will continue to happen for this association going forward.
The meeting was brought to a close by the president of the association, Mr. Andy Bickerton, who thanked the individuals for coming and stated how excited he was about the potential of football over the next 4 years.
When I came in November, I really came in as a short stop, really, to serve out the remainder of Franca Pickering's period, the 4-year period. But once I got into it, particularly when I saw the talent that we have at youth level, and the excitement of the children playing, and the standard of the men's team, and there's so much going on, and people wanting to participate and be involved, it really psyched me up. So that it wasn't long before I decided that if you were willing to accept me, I was willing to continue.
For JTV Sports, I am Paul on the ball. Do be a great sport.